Hello and welcome to Everyday Funko. If you haven't tuned into this show, this is the show where I open a new Funko every day for an entire year. From my massive collection over to the side are all exclusives, which you don't get to see because they're always going to be a surprise. Every second day is an exclusive here on the show, so stay tuned and check out more of those. Yes, that is the Spider-Man Collector's Court box that just came out behind me. I'm going to open and review it on this week's Judging. So every Sunday, as you can see, the figures kind of slowly build up behind me here. And every Sunday, I go through them and decide which ones are going to make the cut, stay in the collection, and which ones are going to be going up for sale. I'm also going to be doing a website soon, as well as looking into some Patreon. So there's a lot going on here at Everyday Funko and contests coming up, and I will have that explained on this Sunday's episode as well, which is really another reason to tune in. So this week is fantasy themed. We're doing a Lucius Malfoy from the Harry Potter series. This is a Hot Topic exclusive today on the show, and I love metallics on these figures. When I haven't opened any so far in the show, but I do have one or two that are loose figures, and they're really neat. There's something about the paint on them that is really cool and shiny. So I want to see how good of a job they did on this figure, because he looks super creepy and freaky in this, like through the box. So you've been seeing the 360 view of him in his box right now. He's definitely really interesting, and that's kind of why I wanted to buy him. But I also am a huge Harry Potter dork. I've read all the books, watched all the movies, and there are tons of them in this collection. So we'll probably have an entire Harry Potter week. But anyway, let's kind of check this guy out and open him and see what he looks like. Okay, so he's really dark. Like, there isn't really, I mean, some of these have been dark, but they have that cuteness factor. He's kind of freaky looking, and I mean, it works. The paint job on this guy is really amazing, right down to his little snake cane, which is from the movie, that opens up and has his wand inside of it. Little green gem eyes. I mean, they're not really gems. That'd be kind of cool to maybe drill those out and actually put some Swarovski crystal in there. But everything else on this figure, paint-wise, is pretty great. Oh, there are a couple little... it looks like a bit of hair paint ended up getting kind of down. You can actually take, like right now, you can tell that his cloak is actually brown plastic. So it was molded and poured from brown plastic. If it's not paint on paint, you can actually take a little bit of rubbing alcohol, be very gentle with a Q-tip, because the Q-tip itself can actually leave some shiny marks on your figure. But usually you can actually clean that off the faces of these figures. And I've been really lucky. I've actually taken ones that people normally wouldn't buy, and I've cleaned them up, and they look amazing. So obviously be really careful if you're doing that at home, because you don't want to ruin your figure. If you try to get like paint off the black on the eyes are painted black, so it will pull the paint off them. So use your judgment, check the plastics first. If you can tell that it's not paint on paint and it's just paint on top of a solid plastic, you're going to be able to get it off. So I'm going to be able to clean this guy up, no problem, and you're never even going to see that or notice it. You'll see it in the video that you're watching right now, because I'm not going to clean that off. I do want you to kind of see what you're buying and what you're getting. I mean, obviously they're all a little bit different, but his mask is really cool. And yes, it's a very dark figure. I didn't buy the Lucius regular version. I thought he just kind of looked boring. So this is definitely the version to get if you want something really spectacular that stands out. I will be upfront when it comes to the judging. If it's Harry Potter, it is probably going to be staying into the collection, because I just love those movies. I will binge watch them every couple months. I will do a marathon and binge watch, and they're just so good. So yes, super dorking out on this guy. He's really good. So I would definitely say he's probably going to make the cut. So now we have Ludo and we have him. I mean, these shells are just going to get build and build, because there are figures below stacked around. There are so many Funkos, so hopefully I can kind of part with them. And as I said, I'm going to also maybe once a month go through and have a shelf cleaning, and maybe eliminate a couple. We'll see. It's so hard. I want to keep them all. Anyway, thanks for tuning into Everyday Funko. I'm going to shoot tomorrow's video right away. So that's actually going to be one of the dragons from Game of Thrones, Regal, I don't actually know if I'm saying it right. Anyways, I don't know the names of them. So winging it here, just reading the box, and I think that's how it's pronounced. But the green dragon, if anything, they're pretty neat. And he's 6-inch, so that's another 6-inch on the show to go beside Ludo. But I don't know. Not a super winner in my books. I do like them. I do like Game of Thrones. It's a really cool show, but not sure if this figure is going to... He'll have to really impress me when we pull him out of the box. So we will check him out, and we will see you tomorrow on Everyday Funko. Thanks, everyone.